Alright guys, I need to talk to you today a little bit. It was a little overwhelming here this last few days. I have like 73,000 views, 24,000 subscribers, and that's kind of just unbelievable. So first I want to thank you so much for all your support and for all the positive comments. I tried to respond back to a reply the other night when I was on there looking, and it told me I needed to open an account or something, so I didn't want to mess anything up, so I didn't try to respond. But then later my wife told me that I probably wasn't logged in, so anyways, I think, and then I just decided I was gonna thank you guys online. You know, my life this week is sort of slowed down. Have you ever been in an accident or something major happened where it seems like everything slows down? And it gives your brain, I think, time to focus on, for you to process what's happening. That's sort of what's happened to me this week. I've just been blown away from the support, because I would have never, ever imagined that there would be, that I would be at this point. So, but what I have learned over the years is, now I need to be laser focused on the task at hand, and that's making videos each week and being consistent. I'm a much bigger believer, and this might be the old school in me, that actions speak louder than words. So you can talk all you want, but until I see it happen, or until I see you do what you're telling me you're so good at, I'm not really going to be a believer. So I guess that's where we're at. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I've got probably enough footage for 5 or 6 right now, so I think I'm going to try to release 2 videos this week. I'm not sure if I can do it every week, but it's kind of just, it's just a little overwhelming. I have people that's asking for merch, and my wife was kind of working on a shirt maybe that I could make. I don't have anything right now, but there's just so much chatter all around me, and it's positive, but I need to focus. I want to show to you that, that what I'm doing is real. It's not scripted, because I'm not a big talker. I'm more of a doer. So, love you guys, and I hope you enjoy this fun little adventure I'm going on. All right, we'll see you. Ready, Eddie. All right, we've arrived at the laundromat. Got some shirts, some Kinetic. Came in this morning. Says the change machine's out of service. See what's going on. A little switch down here. Flip it on to see if the quarter hopper's jammed. And it is. Quarter hopper is jammed. Because I got to empty these quarters. And that's no easy task, because this thing probably weighs 75 pounds. Okay, so I've never tried this before. I've always tried to do it with the bag. The bag gets so heavy you can't hold it, so we're going to try it this way. So hopefully I don't end up with 1,000 quarters all over the floor. Right the first time, I don't know what to do it again. That's a lot of weight. I mean, that's probably 75 pounds, literally. That thing is super heavy. See what's stuck in here. I gotta take this whole front cover off here. Get into this just the way it's made. Well, we got a train track close to here, as you can hear. They are long, very long trains a lot of times. Sometimes they'll stop and unload somewhere. People lose their mind. They drive through the parking lot, they drive through the grass. There'll be tanners on their way here to tan, and they'll get stuck behind a train. And they end up missing their appointment because the train's 10, 15, 20 minutes long sometimes. All right, so let's see. We can figure out what the culprit is. Take that off, and that allows you to pop this out so you can see down in there. Okay, so this is what we got here. Let's see, something's stuck. Looks like there's a whole pile of quarters right here. They've gotten jammed up in there. That's pretty unusual. I've only had to take this thing apart once. That was it. Somehow they perfectly bunched up there and caused this thing to jam up. Because a lot of times a bent quarter will cause us some major issues. All right, so this particular hopper has did 251,217 quarters. This is only the second time that this one is clogged, so I guess we can't complain. But I don't see any bent quarters. They just somehow they got in there just right. And I'm gonna wipe this thing down inside since I got all the quarters out. If you see this, that's pop residue. So these quarters lay in the people's cup holders and their pop spills and their quarters are laying in that pop residue. So, you know, it makes everything sticky, but that's exactly what that is. That's pop residue from the quarters. We need a change washer, and I'll show you some, because I try to pull out the dirty, nasty coins because it jams everything up. It jams the dryers, the washers, because that pop's sticky and you drop them, and you know, these are pretty old, so it's just gravity fed. So basically this pops in the slots here. What that does, that alleviates weight. It distributes the weight so it isn't all down on that disc. There's a disc in here. I don't know if you can see that disc. That disc spins and the quarters drop in those discs as it spins around, and then it distributes the coins out that way, or it counts them. There's a counter. So if we wouldn't have this plate on here, coins would be stacked up here, and coins, they weigh a lot. So, you know, there'd be 60, 70 pounds pushing down on that disc all the time. So that carries a lot of the weight, and then the quarters just fall down here, and then everything under there is only putting pressure on that disc. In fact, this is where the coins come out right here. And the counter's actually right here. You can hear that clicking. Each time a coin falls across there, it counts it. Okay. That's what it should sound like. We're gonna roll this thing up here by the scale and see how much these quarters weigh. So the quarter, that thing was about 3/4 of the way full, and it's at 69.5 pounds. So basically 70 pounds in this bucket that I just dumped out. So it's pretty amazing how heavy quarters are. about 70% full. It's not, the quarters aren't up to this line yet, so that thing definitely holds over 100 pounds. It's out. Uh-oh, it only gave me 3/4. Ah, it did give me 5. Ah, there we go. We got 4 this time. Mission accomplished. Change machine fixed. We get a lot of dirty money. As you can see, some of these are sticky. You can tell this one's bent. You can see that very well. That's the end of it. It's all bordered up. That'll get, I dug that out of a washer that was clogged, or changer that was in one of the washers that was clogged. So anyways, I try to pick these out as I see them. So if anybody knows of a good way to wash, like bulk change, I don't want to really sit here and wipe these off one at a time, or something that that'll clean these pretty quick, give me a shout.